Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the car boot crafter. I'm coming on today with another little make. This time it's a folio. So a quick and simple folio. And because it's so quick and easy to do, I thought I'd do it as a craft along with me video. So I thought it'd be fun to do this year, to do some craft along with me. So me sitting this side of the table, you sitting over there, and let's craft along together. So let me show you what we're heading for. And this is a mock-up. This is too small. This will be bigger than this. So this is the folio, and there'll be some little pockets in there and somewhere for a notepad, and it will measure, opened like that, it'll be 12 inches across by 6 inches deep, and folded it's 4 inches by 6 inches. Let me show you what we need. So you'll need a piece of cardstock that measures 12 by 12 inches, and this one comes from the Lovely Basics, which I think was the works. You'll need some scrap paper or another 12 by 12 paper. You'll need some distress inked and your applicator if you're going to distress it like I am, a circle punch, a stapler, your usual bone folder and scissors. You'll need some scrap card which we're going to cut down, and I'll give you the measurements when we get to it because I'm not quite sure what the measurement's going to be. You'll also need some copy paper, that'll be for the notebook, and a scoreboard. So let's put everything to one side and we can start off with our base for the folio. So I want this to be the outside, so I'm going to pop that face down, grab my bone folder, and I'm just going to score at 6 inches along there. If it is directional, then have your direction sideways on, because we are going to fold this like that. So score at 6 inches, turn it round, pop it back in and score at 4 inches all the way to the bottom. And then just do a little trick, which is move your scoreboard, your paper on your scoreboard this way a little bit, not as much as that, but move it this way a little bit, just about 1/8 of an inch or less, depending on the thickness of your paper, and then score at 8 inches. And then we've just made this side ever such a little bit bigger than this side, which means we can tuck it all in. So we can put our scoreboard to one side, and now we're just going to fold and crease. So fold our papers along there. Now when you are doing your fold, this is the one that's 4 inches, so just tuck that one in first and fold. So that was the first fold that we did at 4 inches. Now this one that we've done at 8 inches, and we've just added a little bit extra, bring that one over while that one's tucked in, and that way we make sure that our papers will fold over. So there we go, and then crease that down like that. Okay, so now we have that will fold over and tuck that in, right? So now fold it, open it up and fold it on the 6 inch mark like that, and then fold everything back in using your score, because your card, if it's like mine, it's quite thick. So what you want to do is keep using your bone folder to reinforce those score marks. So fold that in and give it a good reinforce like that. Then bring this one over and do the same again. Reinforce that fold that we've just made. There we go, like that. Now mine has just gone slightly over, so what I'm going to do is get my scissors in and just trim that bit off like that. There we go, and that gets rid of all that little bit extra that we don't need. So I can get rid of that, And it's just because of the fold, I've just got a little bit there which I'm going to trim off as well, just so that it all folds in together beautifully. So it only goes part of the way down. It's just the way that the paper folds. Okay, so now we've got our folio started. So the next thing I want to do is bring in my hole punch, and I'm just going to by eye put a hole punch. So I've got these 3 sections, 1, 2, 3. So this is my opening at the top, so I'm just going to put a little finger lift there like that, and I'm going to bring in my ink and just ink around there, and I'm going to do the same in the middle as well. So just a little finger lift, and I'm just by eyeing it, and then I've got my ink pad, and just tidy up those little finger lifts there. So that's those 2 done. Now I want to work on this piece. So this piece here, which is the same side as I've got those finger lifts, and I'm just going to get my scissors, and I'm going to, and you can measure if you want, you can grab your ruler, pop your ruler down, that's 6 inches, get a pencil, preferably one that works, and you can put a mark at the 3 inch like that, and then there if you want to, and you can join those up like that, or you can, what I normally do is by eye it, but just in case people aren't comfortable doing it by eye. So just cut that, and remember what I always say, don't go to the point of the scissors, because otherwise you twist the paper. So what you end up with is a nasty little cut here. So once you've cut there, cut that one down, just following that score mark that we made earlier, and keep that piece, don't get rid of it, we'll need that in a minute. So now we've got a couple of raw edges that we want to ink up. So really quick and easy to ink up because they're only little. So ink all the way across like that. Oh, what I could have done, what I should perhaps have done, is brought in my hole punch and done a little finger lift there as well before I started inking, because I could have done it all in one go. There we go, that's our finger lift done. You can pop that away, and then I'm just going to fold it back over, and you can see the folio starting to come out already. Grab your favourite ink and then just ink down the edges. I do like to put a bit of ink in the middle as well, along those score lines, just so as it holds everything in place, and along this edge as well. And I put it on the side that I've made those finger lifts and taken that piece out, just so as it's I know I'm putting it in the right place. So bring that back over and use your bone folder. I like to use my bone folder to push the glue into the card like that. There we go. Check that it will fold over. Perfect. Open it out again. Oh, that glue's not quite grabbed just yet. Let's give that a second more to grab. There we go. And while we're waiting for that to grab, do you remember that piece we cut away? I'm going to use my hole punch to put a little finger lift in there, and then I'm going to go all the way around. Oh, I'm going to go on this side, because what I want to do is pop it on there, but I want to be able to see it, and it then matches up with all of these spaces here. So I'm going to put a little bit of ink all the way round like that, just so as it all ties in. And this is a vintage, not vintage paper, which means that they have a little bit of sort of vintage look to them, but they're quite modern as well. Then just on the back, so I want that side at the front, so on the back I'm just going to put glue on all the edges that don't have that finger lift in. So all the way down there, down this side and across the bottom. There we go, and that pops on there nice and snug. When you open it, check that it doesn't hang over the edge there, because sometimes when you open it, it pushes the card. So just check that doesn't happen. I have a slight overlap there, so I'm just going to bring my scissors back in and cut that away. Like that. There we go. That just neatens up that one edge. And again, I'm going to just put a little bit of ink along that edge like that. Ooh! And of course I've moved it, haven't I? Let's straighten that up. Try that again. Yep, that's fine. So that's our little folio. Oh, I didn't put glue along that edge. Let's just put a little bit of glue along there like that. Okay, so that's the folio almost made. What I want to do is put a little notebook pad on there. So I'm going to pop that to one side for it to dry. But first, while I remember, let's take these measurements. So as you remember, yep, 4 inches by 6 inches. Yep, just under 6 inches. So let's get that little bit of scrap card that we had. There it is. Pop that out the way to dry. I also want my copy paper, so that's there at hand. Now 4 inches by 6 inches. Let's grab my cutter, my trimmer, if I can find it. There we go, buried under all the papers I put to one side. So I don't want to cover the whole of this, so I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. So I'm going to make it 4.5 by 3. Okay, so 4.5 by 3. Let's cut some straight lines first, I think, with this bit of scrap. So there we go. Get some straight lines on this first of all. Okay, so let's do that side. Right, there we go. Isn't that a lovely sound? I love a guillotine. Right, 4.5 by 3. So let's pop it that way because it's curling ever so slightly. So there's the 4.5. Make sure that's lined up. There we go. And by 3. I'm going to take it to 3.25 actually. There we go. So that then is going to go on there like that. And I think that's a nice size. So I want some papers to go on there, but I don't want to cover all of that. So 4.5 by 3.25 was my measurements. So I'm going to go by 4.25. And I went by 3.25, didn't I? So I'll go to 3. So I'm just going to some, and I'm just cutting these at 3. Now there's 3. Those are a bit small. So let's go to 4.5 again. I think I'm going to go to 3 actually on these ones. Right. I go to 3. If I go to 4.25, I'm only going to get one, aren't I? Trying to think how to get the most out of it. So I cut this at 3, and then I need 4 1/4, and this measures 8 1/4. I'm not going to get all of them out, am I? So I will have to go to 4 1/4. All right, and then turn it, and then at 3, and again at 3, like that. So, and I've done 2 pieces at a time, so I've got about 8 or 9, 8 pieces there, I think. So I'm just going to stack them, and I'm just wondering if I can use those as well. Nah, I won't. I'll leave those for another time. And these, yeah. Oh, right. Oh, could be maybe I can get some more out of this. Hold on. This is the bit that was left over. So I might be able to get another 2 out of this. This is not. Okay, so it's 3. Yep. So I can go to 4 1/4. So I'm not going to get anything out of that. That's scrap as well. And then turn it and cut that at 3. Like that. Okay. So I've got 10 sheets there. And of course, if I wanted, I could add another piece of copy paper and make that even thicker. So, oh, hold on, I've not cut that. I must have gone to 4 1/2. I should have cut at 4 1/4, shouldn't I? Just going to use my scissors to cut that off. That's fine. Mistakes happen. Right, now I've got 10 pieces and I want to pop it on there, don't I? Like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to staple the pieces first. So just going to make sure that's all lined up beautifully. Pop that in the stapler and one staple through the lot. And then I want to glue that onto there. But rather than glue the whole of the back, I think I'm just going to glue at the top. It'll hold it, but it also means that that back piece isn't stuck down, so it's still a usable piece if I wanted to tear it out or whatever. So I have got my glue spreader, which I do like to use on some of my projects, because it just spreads the glue out and makes sure that it dries just a little bit quicker as well, which is a bonus. Pop that on there like that. So I've now got, and that paper pad is now outlined with the scrap card that I had underneath, and then that then is going to go in there. So let's go all the way around at the back. Make sure we get plenty of glue on there. And what I'm going to do, I think I was bring in my spreader and do those corners as well. There it is. Make sure those corners lie nice and flat, because there's nothing worse than corners that stick up. Right. This piece of card really absorbs. I can see the glue actually just sinking into that card. Just do that again, a little bit more generous, I think, with the glue on there. Okay, so making sure I've got my notepad the right way round, I'm going to pop that on there. So that's the folio made. So now let's make some tags to go with it. Where did I put that piece of card? It's fallen on the floor. Okay. Right, my usual little trimmer is too small for this, so I'm going to have to bring in the big guns. So I'm just going to cut this down. I think I'll just cut it to 6 inches so that it's more manageable for my other trimmer. And then I can get rid of that because it's a bit too unwieldy. Right, okay, so we know that each one of these is 4 inches across by 6 inches. So I'm going to make some tags to go into those ones first. So 4 inches. I want to cut these down, I think, to I want to do 3.5. Let's try 3.5. So let's bring this back in. Will that fit in there? Sometimes the glue goes across, so 3.5 I think, so we'll go to 3.25 and try that in there. There we go, that's better. Right, now then, we don't want to go to 6, so I'm going to go to 5.5 I think, and pop that in there. That's much better, isn't it? Right, so that's that one. Now I have this handy little gadget that I do like to use for my let's see if I've got the right one. That's this one that I do like to use for my tags. So I'm just going to pop that in and do that. So I've got a little tag there like that. Pop that in. So use whatever method you like for your tags. Actually, there's my little it's quite a big unwieldy, isn't it? Oh, lots of bits falling out. Let's pop that in as well, so we've got a hole in the middle of that tag, and I can add ribbon or fibres, whatever I want in there. Now then, I think that's quite a nice size, so I might use that size for in here as well. Yeah, that's going to work for in there for those two. So let's take that out. What size did I say it was again? 3.25 by 5.5. Right, okay. So let's cut 3.25 off. And as you can see, I'm a mucky crafter. Messy crafter, not mucky crafter, messy crafter. So as things pile up, I just leave them to the side of me when I should put things away tidily, but I don't. Right, okay, so there's 3.25 and then 5.5, 5.5 again, so that's 3 at 5.5, and I'm going to angle those like that. I might come in and make those a little bit bigger actually, because they are a bit lost, aren't they? So there's one. That's while I've got it in my hand, pop that in the middle, and then use my angles to make these into tags, and those go one in there like that, one in there. We'll push them down a little bit further in a minute. I just want to make sure I know that there's tags there, and one in there. I'm going to make another one to go here. I think I'm going to make that a little bit smaller in length, so I still want 3.25 on that, but I think I'm going to go to 5.5. No, 5 rather than 5.5. So let's pop that in like that. That is the large angle, yeah, and this to make a little hole in there, and let's pop that in like that, and then you've got that staggered look there rather than it all being the same length. I think I might do a couple of little ones to go in there as well, using the other side of the paper. So those was 3.25. So I'm going to take these down to 3. That's 3, and that was 5.5, wasn't it? So I'm going to take that down to 4, just so as we've got something a bit smaller in there as well. Right, let's pop a hole in there and ring in those as well. and that then pops in there like that. I think I'll get the inks and I'll ink all of these, but I'll do those afterwards. I want to make sure I get everything in the video. So I'm going to make another one of those. So I took that to 3, I think it was 3, and then to 4 like that. And I hope your desk is a bit tidier than mine. This is just the way I kind of grow with things. I'm very good normally in my videos, but this is a craft along, so you can see things get just discarded wherever, which I'm sure most crafters are probably the same as me, if the truth be told. So there you go. That is our folio. That way, then that way. That is our little folio complete. And I've still got all of these scraps, so if I wanted to, I could use these and maybe make some more smaller scraps, tags. That one goes a bit too low. Maybe I could do that one. What do I think? Yeah, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Let's just do it. So that one was 4 inches. So let's take this one down. Now the pocket is 3 inches. So I don't want to do one at 3 inches. So let's do one at 3.5. Let's do this one at 3.5. Pop that out the way. And do those corners and our hole, and that then goes in there. So that gives us a little bit another tag that we can use, and if I wanted to, I could come back in and I could put some plain card on there so that it then becomes a journaling spot. I could use this as well, couldn't I? Could that go in there? What do I think? Yeah, that can go in there as well. So I'm going to make another one out of that, I think. Okay. I thought I was finished. Not quite. So let's go to 3.5. And I've still got all those lovely bits of card there. So hole in the top. And that then goes in there like that. And actually what I think I will do as well is grab my other one. So this is a corner rounder, and I think I'm going to grab it and I'm going to corner round the bottom. So let's check which one I can do, wide or I can do not so wide. I think I'm going to do on the wide. Pop those in like that, and that then gives it just a finished bottom, if that makes sense. I hope so. And that also makes it a little bit easier to pop these tags in and out of our little pocket. So that's come out of my corner rounder. So pop those back in there. Come across here and do the same on these. And this is such a chomp. I could actually do all of them together if I wanted to, but because I want to make sure that they're all beautifully, you know, consistent, and with my wonky hands, I may just end up slipping and ruining the whole thing. So there we go. See, I told you, just sling it down wherever it lands. So there's another one. Get rid of that. And that then goes in there. So there you go. And I will do these two. And why don't I just do it instead of saying I'm going to do it? I just might as well do it. So half an hour project. Craft along with me. See, I told you I'd go wonky. Craft along with me, almost complete. What do you think? Start to finish. I hope you were joining in with me. Hope you popped me on pause and crafted along with me. I think it's great fun if you have. And yeah, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to add some fibres, I think, to these tags, and then I will decorate the front of the folio. And then I've got a little notebook with all these gorgeous little tags, and I've still got some bits left over that I can use however I want. I might even use them to decorate the fronts, so it all ties in together. So I'm going to tidy up, put things away, and then I might just do a couple more to give as gifts. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the folio. Hope you liked it and joined in with me, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.